Hi, this is Morley, and this is the M-Wire. San Francisco reporter details disaster of city's hotels for homeless program. It is pandemonium. Well, let's take a look at this clip and see exactly how much pandemonium there is.
Millions of Americans have had to make a huge sacrifice thanks to the coronavirus epidemic. But one group that's living large these days is the San Francisco homeless population. The city is putting many of them in fancy hotel rooms at taxpayer expense. They also get free food, booze, and marijuana, all paid for by you. Just a few months ago, San Francisco's health director explained how this is a really good thing.
Our behavioral health experts are offering services every day, medication-assisted treatment, including nicotine and opiate replacement, behavioral health counseling, and in cases where people decide that they are going to continue to use, our focus is using the best evidence to help people manage their addictions.
Well, okay. Seems like a good deal. Erica Sandberg writes for City Journal and has covered this story better than anyone. She joins us now from San Francisco. Whose idea was this?
Well, I mean, it all kind of started with the current administration, which is London Breed, then it trickles down to the Board of Supervisors and the Department of Public Health. So in their infinite wisdom, this is what they've come up with.
How's it going, Erica?
Horrible. It's an absolute disaster. It's solving exactly nothing. And as a matter of fact, it's making all the problems worse. Insider sources are telling me what they are seeing inside the hotels, and it is about as bad as you could imagine, only exponentially worse. You're talking drug-fueled parties, overdoses, deaths. People are being assaulted. You have sexual assaults going on. It is pandemonium. It is extremely bad, and it needs to stop.
Erica, does anybody else see this as the disaster that you've been reporting on, and what can we expect to happen here?
Yes, the people who are assigned as disaster workers, and these are, these people have been librarians, they're just paper pushers, administrators who are reassigned to these hotels, and what they are telling me is beyond the pale. They are not just horrified, they are traumatized by what they see. You have mattresses that have feces on them, blood, hospital bands all, on the floor. What people are seeing is just, it is so horrible that they walk out and they say, I don't want to go back in there. And there is no control. It is completely out of control. And the city is trying to put this kind of a Band-Aid on it and pretend that it's not happening. Oh, it's happening. And it's worse than people imagine.
Please do not let up on this story. We will make sure to underline this story. Dumb ideas should be labeled on people. They should not be able to escape just because they're an extremely liberal city that keeps electing liberal people. Erica, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Did you expect any less? I did a story yesterday about how California doesn't have the funds to pay the people on unemployment for the last 3 months. I'll leave that in the description box. I mean, seriously, what did you think could be possibly gained from putting homeless people in hotels and facilitating their drug habit, their cigarette habit, and their liquor habit? I mean, they shouldn't be shocked that there's assaults, there's overdoses, and needless to say, the poor hotel staff. Think about them. Can you imagine what it's like working in a hotel having to deal with all this? This is beyond ridiculous. If I was unemployed in California waiting for my unemployment check, I would be absolutely screaming bloody blue murder at state and city officials at this point. I mean, how can you go on like this? I mean, how can you? It doesn't make any fiscal sense whatsoever. You would have to be devoid of any sense whatsoever to let this to continue. I realize San Francisco is a very liberal city and whatnot, but I mean, even working that into the equation, it still doesn't compute. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. God bless.